know.
We're joined, JT, by Tom from Cambridgeshire. Good afternoon.
Hi, Doug.
How you doing?
Hi, JT.
Hi, Tom.
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
What can we do for you?
It's just talking about UFOs, and I had an experience myself many, many years ago now, when I was a young boy, and, well, I was driving at the time, so, I was in my 17, 18, 19, something like that, can't remember.
Right.
And I saw something in the sky, and I just want to echo what JT was saying. It bugged me for years and years and years. I got totally obsessed with, trying to find out what it was, the experiences and all this, that and the other. But over the last 4 years, coming to know Jesus much, much more, my interest in that really has waned. It's just like he was saying, I just look at the skies now with a kind of awe, if you like.
Yeah.
But yes, I could see how people can get, absolutely obsessed with it, because I did.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to echo that, really.
Thanks, Tom. That's really helpful.
And thank you both for the show.
Great, thank you. And great, it's good. I mean, it's good you can say something, but it's great to have that personal testimony. That obviously you have, and really to encourage others that if they're still going through that period you went through where it bugged you and it was a problem and etc., to really lay it down. It talks about in Scripture, doesn't it? Casting all our care upon him and leaving it with him, because the things we don't understand are in God's hands, and the things he's revealed are for us to be obedient to, aren't they?
Yeah. Well,
carry on.
The odd thing about it was, as I was getting more obsessed in it, I was being led to, people of that ilk.
Yeah.
And I even ended up talking to a guy. This was in Glastonbury, because I was a musician and I used to play all over the place. You know what I mean? So I was always travelling back late at night.
Yeah.
Always seeing the sky and everything. But I ended up talking to this guy in Glastonbury who happened to be in the MOD of this country.
Yeah.
And I thought, should I say something to him? And I did. And I told him about my experience of this sighting kind of thing. Because I said to him, do you think that's real? And he went into one, oh yeah, it's this, that and the other, and, which kind of made me go further into it. But having said all that, I can, like I was trying to say at the beginning, I can understand how people do get obsessed with it. How they're led into more obsession.
Yes.
Because from that I did go into other things, spiritualism, I mean just everything, every ism there was out there, and it was very much a distraction from the Lord. And now I've found the Lord, I mean there is nothing else. If the Lord reveals things to me, that's one thing, If I try and understand it myself, forget it, because I never, who could know the mind of God, that awesome intelligence that just created everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he wants you to know something, he will reveal it to you.
Yeah.
Don't go around asking, men, does this work? Does that happen? Or, just go to the Lord.
It's interesting, because what also JT was saying and what you just said there, that experience led you into all sorts of other occultic realms.
Yes. Yeah.
It didn't lead you to come and give yourself to Christ at that point. It led you in the opposite direction, which is very interesting when you begin to look. I think we'll get on to talk about this with other people that have had similar experiences. Yeah. Great. Bless you, Tom.
Bless you.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Doug.
Keep the faith, Tom. Keep the faith.
Bless you now. Fine. Hi, Nigel. Welcome.
Doug.
Yes.
Hi, Nigel.
Hi, Doug. It was me that sent you that book, by the way.
Right. Thank you. I haven't started it yet, but it's on my shelf. I promise you.
Why can't I have a book?
Actually, I've just sent you an email about a book.
Yes, I've got that, and somebody else already mentioned. I was going to mention that later, but if you want to mention it,
there's something else I want to mention.
Okay.
Well, it's an excellent book. I don't know whether you've seen it or read it, by Gary Bates, called Alien Intrusion, UFOs and the Evolution Connection. I can't remember where I found out about it. I don't know whether it was answered in Genesis or somewhere, but superb book on
It sounds as if it could, and it's probably one which you can track down through your bookshop or on Amazon or wherever you do. Let's mention that again for Alien Intrusions, UFOs, and the Evolution Connection.
By Gary Bates.
And it's by Gary Bates. Anybody wants to look at that?
Get it on Amazon.
Yeah. Great.
The other thing I wanted to mention was about 40 years ago, when I was a naive young Christian as opposed to being a naive old Christian, I went to a meeting about UFOs that was being held in Sheffield, kind of some ufology society. And I didn't stay there more than about, 20 minutes, not because of what they were saying, but I just felt there was, in my spirit, there was something not right.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt a presence, kind of a darkness.
Right.
So I came away. Obviously I realise now why. But it's interesting that, because, I was only quite young,
right.
Christian, but I did pick up.
They were. What were they? Were they just talking about UFOs? They weren't talking about occult things, but
they were talking about UFOs,
and it was just a sense of what was going on there.
A sense of spiritual darkness.
Yes.
They were talking about, that they'd seen people claiming they'd seen UFOs in the Peak District, and they were coming out with these reports and all the rest of it. And I don't know. I don't often sense things like that. But only on one other occasion in my life have I sensed kind of a real dark presence.
Yes.
Right.
And that was in a house which I believe that a lot of occult practices have been taking place.
Right.
So, it's interesting.
Yeah, what is interesting is that I've actually heard that from other people. We did an interview with somebody, they did an article for us on our website on UFOs quite a few years ago now.
Yeah.
And when they became a Christian, the same sort of thing began to happen. They realized that underneath it, although it wasn't necessarily spoken and said, it was leading away from Christ. There was a different power at work there.
Yeah.
That's correct,
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Great, thanks, Nigel. Keep up the good work, and I'll be in touch with you over the other book as well when I can. And bless you. Good afternoon, Sylvia.
Hi, hello.
Hi there.
Sylvia.
Talking about UFOs,
yes.
You're going to think I'm a bit mad here, I suppose.
Well, join JT. He's weird, you're mad. Yeah. Carry on.
Well, when people say they've seen so-called flying saucers and things, as you said, sometimes these things can be from God. And I think of the scripture in Zechariah, chapter 1. Can I just read it?
Please do.
Going from verse 8. It says, "In the night I saw a man riding on a red horse."
Yeah.
Now, we know when angels often visit Earth, they're not usually riding horses. I know at the end times it says they will be, but horses normally mean transport. Normal angels don't ride horses. But in the night I saw a man riding on a red horse. He was standing among the myrtle trees in the glen, and behind him were red, sorrel, and white horses. Then I said, "What are these, my lord?" The angel who talked with me said to me, "I will show you what they are." So the man who was standing among the myrtle trees answered, "They are those whom the Lord has sent to patrol the earth."
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I wonder whether these things are sometimes the seen. Could be from the Lord and could be doing his work on the earth.
It's an interesting question. The other one that is often used as well in a similar way that people have genuine questions over. I know some people talk about UFOs in Ezekiel and are making fun of it, but you get the same Ezekiel visions of these wheels within wheels.
That's right.
And it's the same thing. Let's ask JT what he thinks. I'm going to completely duck this one, and I've got a guest. He can answer it. JT, seriously, I can share what I think, but how do you feel with things like that?
About Zechariah 1? Or
yes,
Ezekiel?
about these descriptions, and Zechariah 1, Sylvia brought up there. Is this something that we could see at some point?
Yeah. It is possible to see angelic beings.
Mm-hmm.
They have made themselves visible in the past, and whether seen in vision form or with the physical eyes, there are ample spiritual accounts of this happening. So some sightings of unidentified objects that fly could be angelic. I have absolutely no problem. I don't think Scripture would be against that.
Right.
The problem is knowing which one is which.